AI has gotten genuinely good at design thinking. If you can give it a solid brief, it can actually reason about user flows, sequencing, trust moments, error states, better than most people expect. But there's a difference between reasoning about design and actually knowing how real products handle a specific moment. And that gap is where a lot of AI-assisted design still falls short. Because reasoning gets you to the right answer in theory. References get you to the right answer in practice. The one that's been tested, shipped, and iterated on by real product teams with real users. So in this video, sponsored by Mobbin, I want to show you how the Mobbin MCP bridges that gap. It gives your AI tool access to real shipped product patterns. So instead of reasoning from first principles every time, it's working from actual evidence. Let me show you what the difference actually looks like. Okay, so I've got a project set up here in Claude Code with a PRD for a bank that hypothetically is named Nova. Let's say our goal for this experience is a KYC flow. There's no branch for the customer to fall back on, so they've got to do it through the mobile app, and let's give a target of 5 minutes for them to go through the onboarding flow. And now I'm gonna ask Claude to actually map out this onboarding flow using a prompt. And we're basically saying, using the PRD that I shared above, design this onboarding flow for Nova, and I'm giving it a little bit of instructions like, we want the screens from when they first open the app to making their first deposit. That's kind of the goal. So let's see what it's gonna spin up for us. I've asked it to focus on the KYC verification sequence. We'll see. Let's go. Okay, so it did a lot of thinking. It came up with quite a long and pretty detailed response for what this flow should be. I wanna see this flow visually. So I'm going to say, yes, please build this as a visual flow that I can review in Wonder, which is a tool that I like to use for seeing designs visually when I'm working with code. Okay, so let's pull in Wonder for a second. It is building. So I told Claude what I want, and now Claude is sending all that information to Wonder, and it's gonna build out the screens for our flow visually here in this tool. Okay, Claude says it's done. It made 14 screens. So let's have a little look at what it designed. Honestly, not bad. We've got capturing the user's phone number, an OTP moment. Then we get into the KYC where we're verifying their identity. Quite a few screens. Then we get into the actual deposit flow as well. So pretty good for a first pass, but there's a few things this is not telling me. Like, what are the critical moments of this flow that we should be really considerate about? And how do leaders in this space like Monzo handle their KYC flows versus Revolut or say Cash App? What do these moments look like in a product that we know is actually successful and can convert well? Those aren't reasoning questions, they're more like reference questions. And right now, Claude is referencing or answering from assumptions, not from actual evidence-based design. And that's what changes with the Mobbin MCP. So this is how good design has always worked. Like, when I'm designing something for real, I'm never starting from nothing. I'm doing research. I'm pulling up tools like Mobbin and looking at competitors, or I'm studying how other products have handled a similar moment. And references aren't a shortcut. They're how you develop informed opinions quickly. And they're what turn a design conversation from, I think this is how it should work, to here are 5 examples of how similar products handle this moment. Here's the pattern, and here's why I think we should do it differently. And that's a much stronger place to be when it comes to those stakeholder conversations. So the issue with AI isn't that it can't think about design, because it clearly can, but it's that it's missing that reference step entirely. Claude can reason its way to good principles, but it can't show you how leaders like Revolut actually executes particular flows. And yes, better prompting can help, but only up to a point, because the problem isn't how you're asking the question, it's what the AI actually has access to. And that's where the Mobbin MCP comes in. If you're not familiar with Mobbin, it's a design reference library. It's an entirely searchable archive of real app screens, including flows shipped from so many products across a lot of industries like fintech, e-commerce, progress, health, productivity, and so much more. And it's what a lot of designers, including me, use for research. And so if we look at the Mobbin MCP, what it does is it actually connects Mobbin directly into your coding agent tool of choice. So for me, that is Claude Code. Instead of going to Mobbin and bringing references back manually, by using their MCP, you can actually reference and pull that library into your conversation with your AI agent. So let's set it up together. I'm going to set it up using Claude Code because that is my tool of choice, but you can also use your own AI tool like Cursor or Codex if that is what you prefer. Step one is you will need to have a paid Mobbin account, and then it's just one command. So I'm going to choose Claude Code, and down here, it's got a command that I can run. So I'm going to copy this command. I'm going to open my terminal window. Let's run it. And now I'm going to open Claude, and I am going to open up my list of MCP servers. And you can see I have Mobbin here at the top. It is disabled. So let's click into it and enable it. And it's going to say that I need to authenticate it. So we'll click into it again, and let's now authenticate. And it's going to open up my browser. I'm going to have to be logged in to Mobbin, and authentication successful. And we can come back to terminal and we can see that we are now successfully connected to Mobbin. Now, whenever I'm in a Claude Code session, Mobbin's entire library is available to me as context. I don't need to leave my workflow to go and do reference research separately. I can just ask Claude directly as part of my conversation. Okay, I'm in the same project, same brief, but now instead of asking Claude to design straight away, I'm going to ask it to do a little bit of research this time. So I have a prompt I'm going to paste in here, and it's basically going to ask it to reference Mobbin to see how other fintech and banking apps are handling specific moments. So what I want to see common patterns, specifically how they sequence the KYC ask, how do they communicate things like wait times, and how they build trust before and after the user submits sensitive information. So let's send this prompt away and see what Claude comes back to us with this time. So as it's thinking, notice what's a bit different here. I'm not really asking it to design anything yet. Instead, what I'm asking it to do is to go away and look at products that have already figured out these moments and then report those findings and insights back to me. Okay, it's done, and it's given us a breakdown of everything it's done, and then also summarized the patterns that it found. But I think what's more interesting is actually going to see what it did visually. So if we head on over to Wonder, it automatically created this beautiful board for us, and it's pulling in lots of different screens from different banking apps. We can see N26, Wise, Chime, and it is also automatically grouping those into different sections what I asked for. So I asked for it to show us examples of how apps are sequencing the ask, and it's done so here really nicely. So N26, they show the whole KYC as a status checklist. So this is already so much more interesting. You can actually see how different products are sequencing the information ask, and how some of them are sort of front loading it up front and kind of explaining and setting expectation for what you're going to see as you go through this onboarding flow. So yeah, we have 4 different sections here. Also, how are these various apps communicating wait times? How are they building trust before that submission flow? Really, really important, right? Building trust is often really difficult. So it's really awesome to see how different apps are sort of tackling these really critical moments during this experience. And so now we get to actually see the finer details of what makes a flow feel like it was made by designers who've actually thought hard about what these experiences should be and what their users need. And they're not just generated from a pattern library, right? And by using references like this is what's gonna help you separate your work from AI slop to AI assisted design that actually holds up. So now that I've got real material to work from, let's go back to Claude with this context and ask it to take another pass at our initial request to design this onboarding flow. Now, because I felt like the first flow was a bit too long, I'm also gonna add in that I want to maximize the amount of steps down to 7. So let's half it from 14 down to 7 steps. Also make design and UX decisions based on the references we've just gathered. So, and let's let it run and see what we're gonna get. So it's still cooking, but while it's cooking, I wanted to share that it's already given me a bit of an outline or a plan as to the changes it's gonna make. And what I really like is that it's also referencing the pattern that it's applying, and specifically referencing our examples that we've already collected in our reference library through the Mobbin MCP. So for example, it's suggesting show the whole 3-phase path up front. This is what N26 does. Verification showing as a tracked sub-step in a checklist, which is what Stake and N26 are doing, and so on and so on. So it's kind of giving rationale and referencing the work that the Mobbin MCP already did for us, which is great. Okay, our prompt is done, and now we have our new 7-step flow, which is much more considered and more refined. So I think some of the big changes that stand out to me are on this first screen. We're now seeing up front what the upcoming flow is going to be asking from us. Whereas before we just had a general opening screen. Now we can set some expectation around what we're going to ask from you and roughly how long each of those things is going to take. It also looks like it's added a more considerate stepper here, so we know we're in the setup moment right now, and then we're in the verify moment. So again, we're setting better expectation about what the user can expect. Reiterating here about the encryption moment, it won't affect your credit score. This is coming back to the kind of building trust before the big ask. Then we've got this kind of KYC moment of scanning your identity, verifying that, and eventually getting into funding. And there's some, nice moments here, some nice changes from before. And so I really like, if we go back to Claude, that Claude has done a good job of referencing the reference library that we made so that I can go and verify the decisions that Claude has made rather than just taking Claude's word for it. And that really matters to me because I don't want AI summarizing examples and expecting me to just trust the summary. I want to inspect the references myself and really understand what products are actually doing, the decisions that they're making, and then how Claude is taking that and applying that to the designs. But then ultimately, I want to be able to make my own call about what it applies and how that has been applied to my app. So ultimately, this is what better input looks like. Not necessarily a better prompt, but better and more thoughtful context and referencing. One thing worth saying is that this doesn't remove the design work. Better references don't automatically mean better decisions, because you still need to know your users, your constraints, your business model, and a pattern that works really well for, say, Revolut might be completely wrong for your app. But what the Mobbin MCP does is get you to informed inputs faster. So what you do with those inputs is still on you. So here's what I want you to take away from this. Don't just ask AI to reason from scratch every time. Give it references and then ask it to study what's already been shipped before it starts making decisions. Then you can use your own judgment to figure out what actually applies and works for you. So that's the workflow I'm going to be building upon throughout this little series with Mobbin. And in the next episode, I'm going to take this further, hopefully building an end-to-end flow, referencing the Mobbin MCP, pulling things in real time as I'm designing, and we'll see what it actually produces when you give it genuinely good context to work from. The Mobbin MCP link is below. It's included on all paid Mobbin plans. So if you're already a subscriber, you can set it up right now using the steps that I showed you earlier. Okay, friend, see you in the next video.